Ever wondered how to make the perfect chicken Alfredo at home? It's a delight that has graced tables across the globe, a classic Italian dish that's as comforting as it is delicious. Imagine the aroma of garlic sizzling in the pan, the sound of the pasta water bubbling away, and the sight of creamy Alfredo sauce cloaking every strand of spaghetti. Are your taste buds tingling yet? This humble dish, with its simple ingredients, is a testament to the magic that can happen when you combine chicken, pasta, and a handful of pantry staples. The recipe we're about to unravel is not just about feeding your stomach, but also about satisfying your culinary curiosity. It's about the joy of creating something from scratch and the satisfaction of mastering a beloved classic. Whether you're a seasoned cook or a novice in the kitchen, this dish is for you. Ready to dive into the world of creamy pasta goodness? Let's get started. Before we start, make sure to gather all the necessary ingredients. First, we need chicken, the star of the show. The succulence of the chicken is going to add a rich, meaty flavor to our pasta. Next, we need pasta, the base of our dish. This will be the canvas on which we'll be painting our flavors. Then comes butter, our secret to a creamy, velvety Alfredo sauce, not to forget garlic, the unsung hero that will infuse our sauce with its aromatic magic. Next up, cream. This is what gives Alfredo its signature luxurious texture. Parmesan cheese is next, adding that sharp, tangy kick that balances the richness of the cream. And finally, seasonings. Salt and pepper are a given, but feel free to add your favorite herbs or spices to make this dish uniquely yours. A pinch of nutmeg or a sprinkle of parsley, perhaps? Now that we have all our ingredients, it's time to start cooking. First step in our cooking journey is preparing the chicken. Now, we all know that chicken is the heart of this dish, so we want to give it the attention it deserves. Begin by seasoning it well, a little salt, some pepper, and don't forget a touch of garlic for that extra punch of flavor. Rub it all in, make sure every inch of the chicken is covered. Now it's time to cook. Heat some oil in a pan, and when it's good and hot, add the chicken. Listen to that sizzle, isn't it music to your ears? Cook each side for about 4 to 5 minutes. Remember, we don't want to overcook it. Overcooking can make the chicken tough and dry, and we're aiming for tender and juicy. Feel free to give it a little poke to make sure it's cooked through, but still succulent. Once your chicken is golden and juicy, it's time to move on to the pasta. Now let's turn our attention to the pasta. Remember, pasta is not just an accompaniment, but an integral part of our chicken Alfredo. It's the canvas on which we're going to paint our creamy, rich Alfredo sauce. Start by bringing a large pot of water to a rolling boil. The rule of thumb here is to use 4 quarts of water for every pound of pasta. As the water reaches its boiling point, it's time to add the salt. A generous pinch should do the trick, enhancing the pasta's inherent flavor and lending a subtle hint of the sea. Once the salted water is boiling, gently introduce the pasta. Stir it occasionally to prevent sticking. Now, patience is key. Cook the pasta until it's al dente, firm to the bite, yet cooked through. The best way to test it? Simply taste a piece. With our pasta cooked just right, it's time for the magic, the Alfredo sauce. Now it's time to create the creamy, dreamy Alfredo sauce. Firstly, we'll need to melt the butter. Select a medium-sized saucepan and place it over a low heat. Add in a good chunk of butter, allowing it to melt slowly and gently. Once the butter is completely melted, it's time to introduce garlic to the pan. Saute it gently, allowing it to dance and sizzle in the buttery pool. Now, with the garlic nicely browned and smelling divine, we're going to pour in the cream. And not just a splash, but a generous river of it. The next step is the cheese. Grate a good amount of Parmesan and stir it into the sauce. As the cheese melts and blends with the cream, the sauce will start to thicken, and that's when the magic really starts to happen. And there we have it. Our Alfredo sauce, creamy and dreamy, is ready. It's rich, it's flavorful, and it's about to take our chicken Alfredo pasta to a whole new level of deliciousness. With our Alfredo sauce silky and flavorful, it's time to bring it all together. The final step is combining our components and serving our delicious chicken Alfredo pasta. Here's how we do it. Start by adding the perfectly cooked pasta into the pan with our succulent chicken. Now pour that creamy Alfredo sauce all over. Use a pair of tongs to gently toss it all together. Make sure every strand of pasta is luxuriously coated with the sauce and the chicken is evenly distributed. Now for the serving part. Use the tongs to twirl a generous amount of pasta onto a plate. Top it with a few pieces of chicken and drizzle a little extra Alfredo sauce over the top if desired. For garnishing, a sprinkle of freshly grated Parmesan cheese and a touch of chopped parsley will provide that final elegant touch. There you have it, a perfect chicken Alfredo pasta made right in your kitchen. Enjoy!